Salutations, viewers, I'm Sir Bookwriter, and I'm on a race against the calendar to beat all 96 of my 200cc time trial runs before the year ends. Last time, we trekked through DK Jungle, and somehow ended up in Canada for Track 88 Vancouver Velocity. Vancouver Velocity is the final track of the Cherry Cup, released in Wave 5 of the Booster Course Pass, and is the only tour city track to feature all 4 driving modes, albeit through a technicality. Every other city track has some combination of regular ground, underwater, and gliding, but of all of these, only Vancouver has anti-gravity. You might have noticed I said Vancouver features all 4 driving modes, but where's the underwater? This is where the technicality comes into play. The underwater driving is right here. Yep. The water propeller is out, and the cart isn't in anti-gravity mode, so therefore it counts as underwater. Fight me in the comments. In terms of record history, there are only 2 things of note. First, Alberto used this on day 1. This is perhaps one of the goofiest cart combos used in a world record on this side of 2019. The other notable thing, not much of a big deal, is Vincent's 0.6 lead over second. It was even more when he set this run. Let's take a watch and see if we can find out why this is the case. Even in Canada, the start shroom reigns dominant. Vincent does an SMT around this first corner, tricks off the next 2 ramps, lands in a drift, and barely squeezes out an MT to MT trick the 3rd ramp. He does another MT up the hill, then SMTs around the suspension bridge and tricks again. Another trick is done into the anti-gravity, where Vincent SMTs around the first corner, UMTs the second, then MTs off the glider for some motion. Vincent lands in a drift, shrooms through this patch of grass, and ends lap 1 with an SMT. Lap 2 begins with a couple of quick MTs, and then some driving straight before Vincent lands a snazzy pair of tricks on these ramps. He does an SMT around the next corner, and then an MT, and then he goes around this big grass cut. This is where a shroom is used on 150cc, but on 200 this cut is actually slower. Vincent instead MTs around the grass cut, then does some more motion off the glider ramp. He lands in a drift tricks the boost ramp, then does an MT trick into what I can only assume is Rogers Arena, home of the Canucks. Not much happens here, as Vincent only has time to start a drift before going up the stairs. He does an SMT upon exiting, does another MT around this last corner, and then starts snaking like it's Mario Kart DS. Of all the world record combos to be snaking, this should not be one of them. It's actually the traction stat that makes this viable. Since the road's so slippery, snaking actually becomes faster with this combo. Vincent continues snaking into lap 3, and then on the downhill he holds his drift into the tunnel and shrooms through the off-road and releases a UMT. He follows that up with 2 SMTs, the second of which sends us back into Rogers Arena. Vincent drifts off the ramp into the rink, does an MT, and then does another MT and tricks off the stairs. I've already said my piece on stairs in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe plenty of times, but these stairs suck too. Upon surviving, Vincent does an SMT, and then 2 more MTs to end the run. So, I have a funny story about this track. When I was recording stairs clips for the Coconut Mall episode, one of the tracks I played for an example was this one, Vancouver Velocity. The terrible stairs in question are towards the end of lap 3, and I had to race a ghost to kind of show how bad the stairs were, that it could just lose you a PR run instantly. That ghost was my own. Suffice it to say, I don't think I'll have much trouble improving this. Let's see what the track thinks, though. Let's see, trick here. Oh, wow. Okay. One reason not to like playing Vancouver. That. I haven't even gotten to lap 2 yet. I mean, I have, but that's with an asterisk. I haven't gotten a decent run to lap 2 yet. Because that stuff like that keeps happening. Oh, wow. Why was I launched? To any and all Canadians watching this, is there in fact a void in Vancouver where the trees just stop? Let me know in the comments. Okay. I'm just gonna miss every coin. Including one... Why did I get such little air from that? Ugh. I don't like that I'm consistently getting either too much or too little air. There's 3 options, Goldilocks. Pick the third one. Okay, we're getting relatively closer. Still not quite there yet, though. How come I don't charge drifts? I shroomed too early. Darn. I also, you know, failed the snaking, but... Shush. That's a shy guy. Oh. Why? I got sent so far left. That's not how that's supposed to work. Alright, neat. Incredibly scuffed run, but at least it's something. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Like I said, incredibly scuffed run. Sure. Why not? I've already improved by almost a second. Again, this run feels incredibly scuffed. Like, yeah, sure, my lap 3 was the reason I improved by so much, but at the same time, oh, and lap 1 as well, I guess, but at the same time, it felt like still not very good. I still feel like I can push this so much further. What's record again? 123? Yeah. Besides, it hasn't even been an hour yet. Let's keep going. Oh, goodbye. Okay. I know what the mistake I made was. And that was... I have to release and then trick. I can't do an MT trick at the same time. I have to space out the release of the MT and the trick. These are the types of things you have to think about at a higher level of time trials. Or even just like my level, which is not as high. Oh. Ah. Again, close, but not quite. Sure. Why not? Yet again, another really scuffed lap 3. But in the end, I just didn't die. That's all that matters. Alright. That'll do it for me. Pretty decent improvement. This is what? Over a second? It's pretty good. Moving on. Alright, we made it through Canada. That was about as I expected. Not much more, not much less. What's next? $28. Yoshi Valley. Alright. Can work with that.